On October 3rd, the 18th Golden Apricot Yerevan International Film Festival opened. One of the guests of the festival is Israeli director, Golden Beer Can Special Jury Prize winner Nadav Lapid. This year, the director is presenting his new film, Ahed. Thank you, Mr. Lapid, for your time and for the interview and joining us.
Thanks a lot.
Mr. Lapid, your film opened the festival, and it's about a filmmaker. But many of our viewers may read the title, Ahed, not even understanding what the author could mean. Can you please tell us the story behind it?
How will I explain it shortly? It's Ahed in the movie is Ahed Tamimi. It's a young Palestinian girl who, I mean, it's a real story, a real case, who confronted Israeli soldiers in her occupied village in the West Bank. And she slapped one of them and was thrown to prison for, I think, 8 or 10 months. And she comes from a family that suffered a lot of casualties. And there was an important Israeli politician named Bezalel Smotrich who tweeted that he really regrets the fact that they didn't shot her in the knee. If they would only shot her in the knee, she would become handicapped for the rest of her life. So, in my movie, the main character, which is a film director, is planning to do something like a movie, maybe artistic installation about Ahed Tamimi, and calls it Ahed.
And the protagonist is a filmmaker, and someone can compare your biography and can see yourself in your hero. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, let's say that there are a lot of things in common, and let's say that he's a film director, I'm a film director. He's in the movie, his mother, which is his script writer, is agonizing from cancer. My mother was my editor and she died from cancer. I was invited to the desert, he was invited to the desert, etc., etc. He has a film, he talks about a film of him that premiered in Berlin, my previous one, Synonyms, that was shown here as well. Afterwards, I think that it's also a way for me to play with fiction and truth, and in a way, it's in a way, it tells that maybe we are not talking only about fiction, or maybe this idea that whatever you see is imaginary is not completely correct. I think that it turns everything to be more dangerous, more risky.
Okay, I see. Some say your film contains some critique of Israel and Israeli government and provokes intriguing discourse. And in your movie, some people noticed your dissatisfaction with Israel. But in Divine writes, Nadav Lapid searches for hope in the people of his homeland. So, where is the truth?
I think the truth is like in each intimate relationship. I mean, we all know when we have I hope that each one of the spectators has at least one intimate relationship with someone. So I think that people know that when the relationship are deep, there are a lot of emotions that are mixed. I mean, rage and love and hate. You can be frustrated. You can be disappointed. In a way, there's no bigger pain and bigger anger than the anger of the disappointed lover. So I think that all of this is mixed together. One thing is sure that doesn't exist there is indifference.
And your heroes of Synonyms and this new film wanted to escape, let's say, from Israel. Can you say that about yourself? Have you ever wanted to escape?
I live in Paris for the last 2-3 months. So one might say that I escaped, but I wanted to escape Israel many times, because many times I had the feeling that in a way I don't have a real capacity to change the destiny of this place. That this place is going is in a kind of free way of deterioration, and there's something totally lost in the collective soul of the people there, and also that this place is taking too much of me, that I lost my capacity to look at the sun, to look at the trees, to think about love, to think about the moon, to think about sex. But everything is in this Israeli context. Afterwards, I think that people are, and it's logical, they are much more sensitive to what's happening in their own countries. I'm sure that you might feel similar things regarding Armenia, for instance.
There are words in your film. At the end, geography wins. How would you describe the idea of these words?
So actually it was a sentence that my mother used to say a lot, and I thought that this sentence sounded to me always so beautiful that I never asked her what she really meant. And then she passed away, so in a way the secret will be kept. But I and everyone else can try to make also of interpretations. I mean, I know that for her, it's a little bit connected to the previous question. I think she used this sentence in order to try to convince my brother and myself to leave Israel, to tell us you must run away because at the end the geography here will win. But I think that in the movie it's a little bit this idea that because the main actor is all the time in a kind of confrontation with his surrounding, with his environment, in resistance, in fight, and I think in the movie the idea is a little bit, you can do whatever you want. You can be in confronting, resistance, reject. You can walk in the streets of Tel Aviv / Yerevan / Paris, whatever, as if you walk in a different place. You can, at the end, nothing is stronger than geography, and you yourself, you become another geographic detail.
In one of your interviews, you say that you suffered a lot during the set. What was the reason? Why were you suffering?
Because I think it was too personal. I mean, all my films are personal, but there's something in this movie that I of course I don't see it anymore. I mean, I'm not going to the screening. But whenever I see even 1 minute of the movie, I have the feeling that this movie is in a way like really inside me, and I think it was done in a kind of complicated emotional period for me, and everything was exposed. Like I felt that all the emotions are there, all the feelings are there. It was too much. Each day of shooting demanded me too much. I was finishing the day of shooting so exhausted mentally, so it was hard.
And your last two films vary from your early films, Policeman and the Kindergarten Teacher. What's the conceptual difference? As you say, it's the wildest thing I've done.
I think, afterwards I think it's still myself, it's still the same director, but I think that at a certain point in my cinematic career, I don't like the word career, but path, I think that I discovered the concept of liberty and freedom, and in life, in politics, and in art. I think when you discover liberty and freedom, it's really hard to go back, and you want more and more and more and more liberty and more freedom, and you have it. I feel like someone who has the hunger and thirst to push the boundaries of liberty and freedom. So I think that there's a kind of chaos and storm, artistic storm inside these movies that maybe didn't really exist, at least at this volume before.
Your cinema, as you said, is a chaos, like a chaos. There's no system, and you're violating that system with your heroes, even with camera moves, and sometimes the audience feel uncomfortable. Do you want us to feel uncomfortable? This is your goal?
I think that I want you to feel lost and excited. And I think that, again, I'm sure that you know this feeling. I mean, when you walk in a street that you know by heart, you don't pay attention to anything. You're a little bit sleepy in a way. But when you walk in a place or when you lose your way, that's the moment when you start to be attentive. That's the moment when it starts to be dangerous, risky, but at the same time beautiful. And I think that this idea that you don't know where you go, but you know that it's exciting, for me this is the ideal.
I see. In your films you cover different social issues, and there are many contradictory opinions about your art. Could you think that your films could raise such resonance, and what is the reason, you think?
I think maybe, it's hard for me to analyze, but I think that maybe it's because of the fact that I think that they are not didactic, that they try to in my films, as you said, my film maybe talk about all sort of political, social things, but my film are not, it's not like that they try to promote one opinion or another opinion. They try, I think, to expose existence, and I think that for many people, something in this chaos, in this wildness, in this, at the end, it's a way of showing their life and their existence as they know it very well. And I think that in a lot of movies, they see something that is too schematic, too predicted, too organized, and they have thirst for truth. And I think that some of them find this truth in my movies.
We talk about Cannes, Berlinale, but your films are not like classic prize winner films. And do you think festivals seeking for new names, or they get less conservative?
I hope so. I mean, I think if festivals are conservative, so who else will? I mean, festival. I think their role is to be curious and adventurous. Otherwise, I don't understand the concept of festival. I think that the basic oath to themselves, obligation towards cinema, is to take risks, to look for adventures. So I hope that I think my films are such adventures, and maybe that's why they take them, because they know that Ahed was shown in the first day of Cannes competition. Afterwards there were another 22 movies. Yet people kept on talking about the movie till the last day, because I think that you liked it, you hate it, but it created something.
And one of the last questions, speaking about your film Synonyms, you said, "Now I'm not scared to speak with my own demons." Demons, what do they look like? How you overcame them?
Demons, they look like yourself when you look at. I mean, when you look at yourself in the mirror, I think you see the demons, and I guess I didn't overcome them. If I would have overcame them, I guess I wouldn't have done Ahed's knee, which is like, I think 3 times more persecuted by demons even than Synonyms. Afterwards, I hope that in my next movie I will find new demons.
And you have plans for new movie?
It's going to be kind of the same but totally different. I feel in a way that in these 4 feature films that I've done in the last decade, plus a lot of shorts and medium-length films, I made a kind of path. I played a kind of music, and now I want to play new music. So I'm kind of afraid, but at the same time excited, because I don't have any idea how it would look like, my new movie, and I think it's an exciting position.
And do you want or plan to come here again to Armenia?
If someone will invite me, he'll find me in the airport. Yeah.
Mr. Lapid, thank you for the interview.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Today I've been talking to the director Nadav Lapid. Thank you for joining us.